Good day, everyone. Thanks for joining us here in the charts. You tune into the Crypto Flight Edition. It is your fellow passenger stopping in. So we have a quick update on the Digibyte crypto, Dgbusd. We're just going to take a quick look at everything to see if everything's still shaping out as it should be. So stick around with us until the end if you're new. Loyal subscribers, welcome back. We're just going to take a really quick peek on that video. So let's go ahead and dive into the charts and pull up the lines here, shall we? But I guess before we pull up the lines, here's the last video that we posted. It was actually April the 8th, 2021. Really good engagement on that. Thank you guys for the views and the thumbs up. And I think the price at the time was 0.08126. So let's just go on over to where we are now, 0.01. Okay, so it has increased in value. But if you notice on that video, just kind of the lines, if you kind of take a visible picture of the lines, we'll just pull those up once again. Okay, perfect. And it looks like on the video that we were saying that the market just simply needs to stay above the 7-cent level, which is currently still just kind of hanging out above right now. So that looks really good. And as long as it can stay above this 7-cent level, then I don't see why the trajectory would stop now. I think on that video, we also explained that it's in all-time high territories, right? It's never been within this range ever since coming out, just kind of consolidating below the orange lines there and just kind of breaking up, having this very aggressive bullish momentum to the upside. And I think right now it's just kind of at a pause to potentially just continue the trajectory to the upside. I don't see why it would stop here because there's so much momentum in this cryptocurrency right now. In order for it to actually reverse and go to the downside, I would have to say, and I don't have that much experience with this, I'll just have to be totally honest with you guys, maybe like 3 years of experience. I don't see why it would just reverse here. The only thing I can see happening is a potential sideways consolidation and then a continuation to the upside, because if this market is going to reverse, I think that at the very minimum, there would be like a 40% correction in the market in order to truly show some sort of blow off top to reverse this trend. Okay, the trend is your friend until the end, and the trend is clearly to the upside. Okay, so let's just kind of measure to see how much of a decline has taken place in the market so far. Because what did I say, like 40%? So we just kind of measure from the top here and then measure all the way to the lower wick here. This is like so unrehearsed, guys, so we're just gonna measure it live here for you. So okay, so there was a 45% correction to the downside, but one of the things that I also pay attention to is if it finds support at the previous level of resistance, that's justifying the trend. In other words, like, of course, it blasted above this resistance line. For those of you just kind of stopping in, the last time it found resistance, we're just kind of starting all the way back in the beginning of time, back in March, or closer to like January 2019, where it had like 2 touch points, found resistance. So I'm going to assume that that was a previous level of resistance before breaking through here in January 2021. So although there was a 45% correction in the market, I'm only looking at buyers and sellers, by the way. I think for those of you who are subscribed, you guys know I'm just looking at buyers, sellers. I'm not associating this with anything else other than that. Okay. So with that, keeping that in mind, as the buyers broke through the previous level of resistance, the sellers tried to push the price down. They were only able to push the price down far enough to find support at the previous level of resistance. And as a result of doing that, if you're kind of looking at the screen, I'm just kind of, putting the path out. As a result of the sellers stepping into the market and pushing the price down at the previous level of resistance, the buyers simply stepped into the market and found support at the previous level of resistance and pushed the price back up to the upside, leaving the price consolidating above the all-time highs right now in preparation to make its next move that will likely be to the upside, if that makes sense. So that's what I specialize in, guys. We're under the assumption that for those of you who are kind of stopping in, you've done your your fundamental research and everything, and you're just kind of stopping in to understand where's the market's going, and from a technical standpoint, that's where we come in and just kind of do the best that we can to understand the ebbs and the flows. And I think so far it's pretty obvious that the market is at an all-time high and just consolidating in preparation to make its next move. And I'd say it'll be to the upside. I think on our last video, we also had a price target overhead at and I think it was like $1.50 all the way up to like $2 just overhead. So we have to give the market some time, let it play out. It looks good. The trend is still intact, so it's above 7 cents. That's the only real level that you need to write down at this point. I mean, if you can write down the overhead targets, those aren't measurable. Excuse me, those are just my predictions. What I can measure is the previous level of support, which is at 7 cents. So obviously, if the market is holding above that level, there's only 2 directions, right? Sideways, if it's staying above 7 cents, or to the upside. Again, assuming that 7 cents is holding, okay? So hopefully this was useful. That's all I have for you guys for today. And be sure to tune in to our next update on Digibyte and USD pairing. Feel free to subscribe with us if you're enjoying the content or if you found any useful information in the content. And loyal subscribers, thank you for supporting us, guys. So that's it. Take care of yourselves. Protect your portfolio. Remember to execute your strategies. We're going to talk soon. And bye for now.